And just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm
New York City, 1963.
paid for every dance.
I bet the first thing that comes to mind is the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty and how she lurks over the city, the cobra head lighting illuminating the trash of the streets, and the stylized fins of the Buicks and Oldsmobiles driven by the sharks of the city. All of this is very true, but have you ever thought of the bad parts of the city? A lot of people live in New York, and some of them are bound to be bad, right? And I don't mean your typical stealing a loaf of bread from the supermarket or, hey, even robbing an old lady in a dark alley. No, I'm talking about robbing banks, selling drugs, organized crime. New York City was a very dangerous place to live, and at the head of all this, the Avezzi and Rico crime families. For years, they've been at peace after a 9-year bloody war that resulted in a peace treaty only after a substantial loss of family and friends. Ever since, the families have been in business, distributing illegal narcotics across America. On the evening of September 3rd, 1963, the heads of the two families, Don Marco Avezzi and Don Antonio Rico, had a private meeting to discuss a possible rat in the system. This is what took place that night.
Want some sweet mama? Come take a chance with me, 'cause I ain't so
Marco.
Antonio. Sit down. Yeah, come on.
Don Rico, how would you like to drink?
Very good, now you can leave. Don Rico, salud.
Salud.
I'm glad you can make it. I wanted to clear the air on these allegations I've been hearing. You know, I don't like false allegations, especially when they're directed at my family.
I agree. I've been hearing the same things about my family from your people. One thing's for sure, Marco. We've got a rat infiltrating our business.
You know my right hand, Giovanni?
Of course.
I've been busting his balls the past few months to get to the bottom of this, and he's uncovered some pretty critical information.
Before you go any further, I want to tell you this.
Yeah, what's that?
My guys in Brooklyn, they tell me they have seen members of the Avezzi syndicate regularly meeting with known FBI agents in distinct locations. Regularly, Marco!
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, that's a fucking lie, Antonio! My crew, my people, they are solid, like a concrete floor. They take everything they know to the grave. Everything! And you've got a cousin in witness protection, explain that!
How dare you talk about Stefano like that? He was murdered because he kept information from your enemies, our enemies!
Funny how that information still came to light, eh, Antonio? Funny how my cousin, Ezio, is doing 25 to life in the slammer.
Yeah, well, he was nothing but a schmuck.
You know what? You got some nerve coming in here and disrespecting me. I'd off you right now, you know that?
Now you're threatening me? Me? Where the fuck have you been this last 20 years, Marco? Don't try punching above your weight, you fuck! You're getting real heated, kid, you know that?
Do you know what kind of heat squealing to the bureau can bring some people?
What are you talking about, Marco?
Answer the question!
Of course I do. What are you talking about? Of course.
You know, Antonio, my father could always tell the difference between me and my brother. I get into trouble at school whilst he got good grades. I stayed out late while my brother lay home studying his books. My father could always tell that my brother was going to become a lawyer or a doctor, and that I was going straight into the family business. That's why my father used to always tell me about the importance of sticking by your friends and family and never, ever talking to the authorities. He also used to tell me about liars. They were the only things that he hated more than rats. They were the scum of the earth.
Marco, why you tell me this, huh?
Giovanni, my guy, he said he's seen not only your associates, but also your very own son meeting more than once with FBI agents.
Bullshit! Fucking bullshit, Marco! My boy is not a rat and I put them in my mother's grave. This is absolutely outrageous. I'm leaving. This meeting is over.
Hey Antonio, my guy, Giovanni, here's one more thing for you.
Oh yeah? And what the fuck would that be? You motherfucker!
You're a fucking rat, Antonio. I always hated rats more. Marco and his people started taking Antonio's people out over the next week. Family members, lawyers, bodyguards, goons, business associates, even the maid at Antonio's manor was killed. No one was safe. It was the biggest killing spree New York had ever seen, and was from then on known as the Manhattan Massacre. 57 people were killed that week. It was a fit of anger from Marco. He knew Antonio gave the FBI enough information to put the Avezzi crime family away for good. And they did. Every single one of them got 20 years or more. Well, everyone except for Marco. Nah, Marco caught a bullet in the throat 3 days into the killing spree.